Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will cover Tally Prime training, in which I'll show you how to download the software, how to create a new company in Tally Prime, and then we will look at a practical scenario with a practice assignment that I'll include with the link of this video. So let's get started. But before starting, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing so that we can grow and learn together. With this said, let's get started. Now let's see how you can download and install Tally Prime on your laptop or on your PC by simply downloading it directly from the Tally Solutions website. So I'll go to Chrome and under the Google search, I'll write Tally Solutions. Write Tally Solutions here and you will find their company website, that is tallysolutions.com, and just click on it. Here you have multiple options to choose from. On the right hand side it says download, so I'll click on this and you can simply click on this version, the latest release, or the download button from here. So it says supports Microsoft Windows 7 or later. So my Windows is Windows 10. Let's see how it works on it. So just click on download and it will start downloading. It will ask for the prompt. So let's click on keep and it will take its time to download. I'll fast forward this process. So after downloading is done, I'll click on this arrow key and click on show in folder. So it will appear here. Let's double click on it and click yes. Now it asks for the prompt that application Tally Prime will be installed in this application path. You can change the location, or otherwise if you want it to be installed in C drive, you can click directly on install. The installation process is very simple. Now the installation is successful. I'll click on start Tally Prime to start the software. As soon as the software is started, the application startup screen will appear, which asks you that Tally Prime will start with the following settings. Click configure to change these settings. So it automatically detected the country, the accounting terminology, and the company data path. If you want to configure it, you can click on configure. So these are all the details mentioned here in the configuration. The default country is Pakistan. Use accounting terminology of others, all okay. But the data is saved in the company data path, that is C uses public and Tally Prime and data. So the problem is this data is the company data files. When you do accounting on this software, it will be saved in C drive. But this is not safe, since whenever you want to install the Windows, you don't need to check C drive for the important files. You can simply store it in D drive or any other drive to keep it safe. So I'll just double click on it and click on up, up, up. Just click multiple times and then it will show you the option of D drive. So just select D drive. And let's say this Tally setup, or if you have any other folder already created for the data files, then you can store that there as well. So just select this, just double click and double click and then click on accept. Or otherwise, if you don't want to select multiple Tally setup folders, just double click again, click on up and then accept. I'll just select it single time and click on accept. So now it's selected D Tally setup. Whenever you see double dashes with any letter, you can use the control and that specific alphabet short key to accept directly. For example, if I don't want to scroll here and click on accept, you can use the short key of Control A. Just remember that whenever the alphabet is with double dashes, it indicates that it will be used with control combination. If there is single dash, it will be used with alternate configuration, the alt button and the letter that is mentioned here. So in this case, two dashes means control and A. So combination of control A will be used. And now we are back on the screen we have seen before. So click on accept. So here we have the welcome screen where Tally asks you to select one of the following options. You can try it for free in the educational version, use the license from network, reactivate the existing license, or activate the new license. Right now, we just want to use it for educational purpose. So I'll click on it. It is exactly the same as we buy a license, but the only restriction that it has is it has limited dates. That means you cannot enter the transactions in each and every date. There are some limitations for the dates, which I'll explain later. Otherwise, all the features will be activated in the educational version as well. So don't worry about that. So I'll click on it. Now from this onwards, we will learn how to create the company from the next video. Now from this option, I'll click on create company to create a new company. And let's select the company name. This company creation screen appears. So the company name is Zen Traders. Mailing name is also the same. And this is just an example I'm using. So if you have physical address for your business, you can mention it here. Here it mentions the state. If you have the further information about the state, you can mention here, country is Pakistan. All the other details, you can fill it according to your company requirements. And it is very simple. So just skip all of this, press tab, and base currency symbol is rupees. Formal name is Pakistani rupees. And the financial year beginning from, I'll say 1st of January 2022. And books beginning from also will be 2022, 1st of January 2022. So afterwards, if you want to accept, press Control A and it will be accepted. And the company is created successfully. It shows the prompt. And these are some of the details about the company. Now here it says show more features. So you can turn on more features if you want to. I'll just click on it and click on yes. So you can see that a lot of features appear here, which you can configure according to your company requirements. Now, if you want to show more features, you can turn on yes for this as well. So you can see there is a lot of options related to accounting, inventory, payroll, others, and online access. So we can learn more about these features later on, but for now, I'll keep the settings as it is and press Control A to accept. Now you can see all the details appear here. 1st of January 2022 to 31st December 2022 is our financial year. And the company name is Zen Traders. No vouchers is entered until now. And the current date is 1st of January 2022. Now if you want or feel that you want to change the company name or any other further details, you can directly go to the company area and click on alter. So it will take you here where you can adjust the details. For example, if I want to write Zen Traders Private Limited, so I can write that and press Control A. All the information will be saved again. And this way you can update the company details. So let's say whenever we know the further information like PIN code, telephone number, mobile phone, we can always enter later on. You can also press double escape to get out of this area. So that's how we can create the company and alter the information whenever we want. Now let's learn about some more features, and now we will see how we can use the Tally on shortcut keys. Now we already know that identifying the shortcut keys in the software is very difficult, but in Tally it's very simple, almost as if all the shortcut keys are mentioned in front of you. So you can easily identify that. If you notice on the main screen, that is Gateway of Tally is basically main screen of Tally. You can see that whatever word is mentioned, it is mentioned in two colors. One of the letter in every word is highlighted in blue color, and that's the shortcut key. So see how simple it is. Now you know all the shortcut keys of Tally. To create, C. To alter, A. For vouchers, V. For daybook, K. For banking, N. And so on and so forth. So let's say if I want to create a new ledger in Tally, I'll click on C and it will directly open the creation mode. To see the balance sheet, I'll click on B. It will open the balance sheet. To display more reports, I'll click on D. And now for the trial balance, I'll click on T. So it runs according to that. And whenever you want to go back, press escape to come back. Now here, as I mentioned before, on the top of the menu, you can see all the shortcut keys, but with the combination of dash. Single dash means alter with the combination of K. So that's to differentiate the key combination. Obviously, you know that there are limited keys on the keyboard. So if I want to use a single letter multiple times for multiple functions, let's say simple K is for daybook and company options can be explored with alternate combination of K. So whenever it says K dash, that means alter K is the shortcut key. If it says K2 dashes, then control K will be the shortcut key. So it's that simple. And finally, we have some function keys as well with some further options as indicated by this arrow key. So let's see, I want to go in company options. So it says simple F3 without any dash, without any double dashes. So I'll click on F3. And finally, we have the function keys. Function keys further appear with arrow keys. So if you want to click on it, you can see some further options. So now here is the perfect example of how the combinations can be used. F3 is used to change the company. That's simple F3. F3 with a dash will be used with the combination of control and F3. This is to select the company, and same F3 key will be used with the combination of control because of double dashes. This is to shut the company. So you can see that the process is different, but the key is same. So the same key will be used with different combinations to do different operations. And similarly, when we will start entering the vouchers in future, let's see in transactions. In transactions, here on the right panel, all the shortcut keys will be mentioned with simple key entry or any combination. So you can easily use complete Tally based on short keys. So this is the simple lecture about the short keys. Now we will move to the next video to see some more amazing features of Tally. Okay, until now we have seen some basic functionality of Tally Prime software, where we have learned first how to create a new company. We have just created a sample company and named it as Zen Traders, but that's not an actual assignment. And then we have seen some of the short keys that can be used in Tally. Now we will work on a practical assignment. The assignment name is Smith & Co. Practice Assignment. You can find this with the resources section of this video, so just download and follow along. I'll just double click to open it. Now on this Excel file, there are multiple sheet tabs. I'll just directly go to company's info, and it says record the following transactions for new company. So we will create a new company name, MS Smith & Co. Private Limited, and then we will enter these couple of transactions that is required to be entered. Smith started his business with cash. She opened a bank account in the bank, purchased goods, paid to the vendor, purchased a land. So these are all the practical entries that you will face when you start a new business, right? So this is the example, and these are the requirements that we need to fulfill. So we will learn how to record the journals, create the journals, prepare the trial balance, and prepare the balance sheet and income statement. And afterwards, you will match what reports does Tally automatically provides, and you will compare all of that reports that Tally automatically produces with the manual records. So let's say the company was using the manual accounting system and they were handling all of their accounts on Excel. So these are the journal entries. Then from journal entries, here comes the ledger, the trial balance, balance sheet, and income statement. So the purpose of the software is, as soon as we enter all of these transactions only, these all reports should automatically be created, and it should match with the manual reports that we have here. So let's see how we can create the company and then record the transactions. But this is the introduction of the assignment. In the next step, we will learn how to do that. So just download this assignment, and from the next video, we will start the new company. Now let's learn one more time how to create the company, and this time we will work on this practical assignment. The company name is MS Smith & Co. Private Limited. So I have my main screen here. I'll open Tally Prime. And now I have this main area. I'll continue in educational mode, and it will open the company which we have just created. What I'll do is I'll shut the company, open the company options from this arrow key, and click on shut company. Now, as soon as you click on shut company, it will show the list of the companies that you might need to shut. I need to shut this Zen Traders. I'll click on it, and now the company is shut, and we have different options now. Either we can create a new company, select the remote company, or select from any drive. So I'll click on create new company, hit enter, or just click or double click. Now the company name is MS Smith & Co. Private Limited. So let's copy this name. Mailing name will be same, address is same, state not applicable. Now state still not applicable. Country will be United States. So United States of America. PIN code, telephone number, we can enter and edit all of these details later. So base currency symbol is, let's say, dollars. Formal name is dollar. The financial year is beginning from 1st of April 2019. So 1st of April 2019 will be our financial year beginning, and books will also begin from the same time. Now we have selected these options. Now press Ctrl A to accept. Either we can click here, or otherwise we can use the short key. A with double dashes means control combination will be used with A. So this is for accept, and now it will show some more features that you can adjust according to the company requirements. Now for these features, I'll keep all the options as it is for now and just hit Ctrl A. Now our company is created. The main screen of Tally appears here, and the current period is from 1st of April 2019 to 31st March 2020. And as we have already seen the basics of the Tally Prime interface, the current date appears here, the period appears here, the company name here, and the shortkeys are highlighted for each letter in the word with a blue color. So these are the shortkeys. Combination, I've already told you that if single dash, it will be used with alt combination, double dash will be used with control, and simple key will be used with by pressing simple key. So this is the basic interface and company creation process of Tally. In the next step, now we will start working on these transactions that we have here. Okay, now that we have created the company, let's start entering the transactions. And the first transaction is for the month of April, and it says Smith started business with cash of 400,000. Now just remember that there are different vouchers in Tally that can be used, and that is payment voucher, receipt voucher, journal voucher, purchase voucher, sale voucher. So these are all vouchers that can be used. Now, how will we identify that whether we will use the journal voucher to enter the journal entry manually? Journal voucher will only be used when there is no other solution but to book a journal entry in the background. Otherwise, we will use the proper voucher, that is either payment voucher, receipt voucher, purchase, sales. We will use all the proper features, but when none of these categories fit into the transaction, then we will use the journal entry. So just remember our rule for journal entry, that journal entry will only be entered if the transaction is non-cash plus non-trading. So if both of these conditions meet, only then we will enter the transaction through journal entry, or at least in most of the situations this will work. Otherwise, we can make journal entries as well. There is no restriction, but this is the basic rule to identify the journal entries. Now here it says Smith started business with cash of 400,000. So since the transaction is cash based, we will not use journal entry for it. And the basic accounting rule is business is considered as a separate entity. So if Smith has started business with cash of 400,000, that means the business has received the cash from Smith of 400,000 as an investment. So since the business has received the cash, I'll go to the transactions under the vouchers, and here I have the different vouchers option: contra, payment, receipt, journal, sales, purchase. I'll go to receipt. Now here in the voucher, if you want to enter in the single entry mode, which is more convenient, if you don't want to enter in debit and credit form, you can use this mode. This is already in single entry mode, or otherwise you can change the mode with Control H and change it to double entry mode. But in this case, you have to use debit and credit. But as I have changed, you will notice that instead of debit credit, it shows 2 by entry. 2 by is very old method to enter. So I'll click on configure. You can configure this voucher by using F12 button or click here directly. You need to enable this. Use credit debit instead of 2 by entry. Write yes manually and press Ctrl A. Now it will show in debit and credit. But since for now I'll change the mode and use the single entry feature. Now for the first transaction, the date I'll consider is 1st of April 2019. Just keep it as it is. Now this is the receipt voucher, right? So the account he's asking right now is where we have received this money in the company. So the transaction says Smith started business with cash. So we will consider that business has only received that money in cash right now. And as soon as we start writing cash, you will notice that in the list of ledger account, by default in Tally, only cash account is created. So I'll select this. Cash is received. With whom? Smith has invested, but if the owner invests in the business, it will be considered as a capital investment. So I'll write capital here, but as you can see that only cash account was already there. Rest all of the accounts you need to create it. So as soon as I start writing, it shows that the list doesn't contain it. That means it doesn't have already the ledger. You have to create it. It shows the create option. Either we can click on this create option from here, or otherwise we can press alternate C. Alternate C is the short key. Alt plus C is the short key, and it says ledger creation secondary. Secondary means you didn't go in the primary option like that. I'll press multiple escapes to come on this main screen. If I go from the main menu, from create to ledger and then start creating it, it will be the primary option. But since I was in voucher already, I've received cash, and now I realized I need to create this immediately from the short key. So this is the secondary method. So that's why it's showing secondary. capital is invested. So ledger name is capital, nature will also be capital. Here is the list of groups, that is nature of accounts for the group. Just remember to link it with the most closely linked nature of account. So all other details are same, press Ctrl A, and the amount is 400,000. Just be careful with the zeros, don't make any mistakes here. 400,000, end of list. And here I can paste the narration. Now if I copy it by pressing Ctrl C, here in the narration, if we want to paste it, I'll press Ctrl V. So we can simply paste it like this. So that's it. Now let's save it. Press Ctrl A. Now as soon as I save it, the receipt number shows now 2. That means 1 is already created. But where is 1 now? Now if we want to see that transaction that is we have just recorded, I'll press escape and I'll click on display more reports, and then I'll click on daybook. Under the daybook, it will show us all the vouchers which we will enter. You can set the period. For example, if you want to see the vouchers not only for 1st April, right now it's only set to 1st April 2019 to 1st April 2019. I'll set the period for April 19 to March 20. So we only have one transaction right now, but as we start entering more and more transactions, it will show up all here. Here is the transaction. If we want to retrieve it or open it again, just double click on this transaction. Now if I want to, let's say, delete it, you have the short key here as well. Otherwise I can press with the combination of single dash, that means alternate and D. It will show the delete option. I can click yes, but right now I'll escape this. So that's how we use the receipt voucher to enter the initial investment received by the business in cash. So that's it for this part. Let's continue to the next part of the video.